I respect Charles Oliveira. What he did, this guy, he came from poor life, like myself. He's champion. He deserved to be champion. Right now, like no champion in lightweight division, but he deserved to be champion. I'm gonna say at that time it was Khabib time. Now Charles time.
You would?
I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna just jump to the media and say, oh, I'm gonna come back fight with this guy. This is not interesting for me. You know, it's like even if just Charles Oliveira gonna beat like Justin Gaethje, Islam, Dustin, everybody, this is his time. I'm gonna be happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the champ. In the eyes of the fighters, he's the champ. Yeah. But yeah.
You know, my last fight, you know, Charles was brilliant, you know, and he hurt me often. He hurt me early. 10 seconds in, I was, you know, really hurt. And probably 4 times after that, I felt something I've never felt in a cage. So, you know, it was just one of those fights where, you know, it was against adversity, though.
The thing about Oliveira is everybody looks at Oliveira at his lowest points. And his lowest points, you know, Cub Swanson knocked him out, Paul Felder smashed him, all these people beat him, but something happened when that dude had a kid. That's what it is. That dude had a daughter. And there's a fire inside of him like the fucking center of the sun. And I don't know what it is, man, but he's a different human, man. He goes right into the line of fire, too.
Straight.
He's not taking any shortcuts. It's all risk. He goes right in, and he's 100% confident. It doesn't matter how hard you hit him, he's going to be fine. Well, here's what's interesting about Charles Oliveira. When Charles Oliveira fights, even though he's the champion, he fights like a berserker. He puts himself in danger. Like, he doesn't fight safe. He doesn't fight to try to outpoint you. He doesn't fight tactically, like where he's trying to get, you know, the least amount of damage and, you know, and drag you into deep water and then strategically try to take you out the 4th and 5th round. No, from the moment the first bell rings, he's coming at you, guns blazing. And Gaethje was coming at him too, but it's like Gaethje was overwhelmed by Oliveira's pace and his aggression. It's why, and even when Gaethje cracked him, Oliveira's so different than anybody else. When he gets hit, he just lays on his back.
Yeah.
And he's like, come get some of this. And nobody wants that guard game.
He gets a break.
He's got the most submissions in the history of the sport.
It's gonna be a good fight because we almost have same style. You know, he have good grappling skills, he have good striking. It's gonna be a good fight. You know, I don't think it's gonna be hard for me. I can take him down easy because I know he don't have good wrestling skills, but his grappling skills high level. We will see who is better there.
This is that fight, you know. Khabib has said for a very long time that Islam Makhachev is the best in the world and he's going to be the next world champion. He's going to dominate that division the way that that he did. You got to get through Charles Oliveira first. You know what I mean? Charles Oliveira is no walkover. This kid's a stud. Technically, he's not the champion, but to all of us, he is the champion.
It's a tricky fight. It's going to be who finds their distance. Charles is uber aggressive in all offense, right? He throws kicks, knees, flying stuff, and even off his back, jiu-jitsu. Everything is all offense. And then Islam is very defensive. So who's going to find their footing? Who's going to find their distance? Who's going to start landing first? Who's going to get the takedown first? All these things go into it. I'm leaning a little bit towards Islam, but not by much. I think Charles could pull it off as well.
And Charles convinced millions upon millions of dollars around the globe that he's the guy. And today he came out and said, if he were to win, what does that mean? Because there's 2 ways to look at it. Before you think that Charles just conceded something, which is how that's going to be read a little bit, where Charles is conceding that he's the rightful underdog. Well, he's conceding that Islam with a beautiful record and 16-1, and the one was years ago and all this different stuff, and he doesn't even belong there. They shouldn't be on Fight Island, and the judges are already corrupt, so we get to that point. Is now saying, yeah, it would be a surprise. It would surprise the world.
I think Charles Oliveira gets the job done. I think Islam, not that he's not great, not that he is not highly touted, not that he is not going to be a future champion, but there should be no reason why he should ever be a favorite in that fight against Charles Oliveira. What Charles Oliveira has done over the last couple fights, finishing everybody that he's fighting, is nothing short of amazing. The resurgence of Charles Oliveira's career from relatively unknown, somewhat up and down, can't be relied upon journeyman to now a legitimate #1 lightweight on the planet has been something to behold. So put some respect on Charles Oliveira's name. I think Charles Oliveira goes out there, and I honestly think he finishes him.
Man, shame on all of us for ever doubting Charles Oliveira. Gaethje had him hurt. Oliveira had Gaethje hurt, and when you get on the ground with Charles Oliveira, he's going to submit you. Except for me, I was able to get out of it. He was a boy back then, and now he has become the man that is Charles Oliveira, the champion that is Charles Oliveira. I lost to him, but I think we have unfinished business.
I think Charles Oliveira wins. I think he gets a finish within 3. Simple. You know what I mean? They're both unbelievable fighters. Islam is quality, but he hasn't fought the caliber opponent what Charles has fought, and I think Charles gives him so many tests that he hasn't been tested like he will against Charles. You know what I mean? He hasn't fought no one in the top 10, Islam, and he's getting a title shot. It was on like 3 weeks' notice. Yeah, Charles Oliveira all day.
I honestly think it was a disaster. I think we should just dismiss it. Charles Oliveira is champion, is still champion, whether he has the belt or not. It's all logistics, but he is the champion. Nobody's beaten him yet, and man, I can't wait for Islam Makhachev to get that chance. Man, Islam. I know firsthand it's hard to find a mistake in his game, and Oliveira with a 5-round fight is some interesting variables, but I definitely put my money on Islam. He's so talented.
I think it's a hard one, man, but I feel like maybe Charles will get the job done, you know, Charles Oliveira, yeah. I think he's I think on the ground, you know, he's happy to get taken down and anything, because he'll just jump on your neck or your back or whatever. He's not bothered, and he's striking. He's like improved loads now, so I feel like Charles is probably going to get the victory.
I think that Oliveira has the best chance to finish the fight. So in the first 3 rounds, I think he can finish it. But I think if it goes the distance, I think Makhachev wins it, because he has the best chance of winning a decision. If you look back at Oliveira's career, which he hasn't been looking like his old career at all anymore. He's like a different breed right now. He looks totally different. He's just really evolved. Oliveira has. But in the early days of his career, the way that he would lose is you would defend his submissions and keep him on his back and ride the clock and ground and pound, or land big shots on the feet, then take him down and then not get submitted. And if you can survive the onslaught of his ground game, then you can ride him out to a decision. So if it goes five rounds, I think Makhachev has the style to stay out of the submissions and stay on top and blanket Oliveira and shut down a lot of his submission game. But the thing that's making Oliveira so dangerous right now is since he moved up, he's put a huge frame on, and he's very strong with his striking. He's got the perfect style because he doesn't care about takedowns, so he can commit 100% to knees and elbows and long straight punches and march forward.